Championship semi-finals of Leitrim between the title holders St Mary's of Carrick-on-Shannon and their challengers Gortletteragh. St Mary's out there posing for the photographs. We'll give you the lineup of the team with Paul Comerton in goal, a full back line of Darren Clancy, Hugh Gralton and Tom Crowe, the half line James Kane, Ivan Keeney and Fergal Reynolds, midfield Brendan Gucking their captain and Brian Dagnan, the half forwards John Crowe, Kevin O'Rourke and Jimmy Gucking, the full forward line Dermot Reynolds, Kevin Glancy and Donald Smith. The Gortletteragh team had come out much earlier than their opponents, and they play as follows with Tom Ward in goal, Kieran Cregan, Joe Reynolds and Enda Culreevy the full back line, Colin Canning, Jimmy Ward and Derek Kelleher the half line, Seamus Quinn and Frank Flynn in midfield, Michael Cunningham, Shane Heslin and Terry Kelleher their half forwards, the full forward line Noel Ward, Mark Heslin and Sean Culreevy. Out there in the centre of the field, referee Sean McCartan just about to call the captains up.
Go ahead now. Toss the coin.
So Gortletteragh won the toss, and as county team buddies and opposing captains Seamus Quinn and Brendan Gucking pose for the picture with referee Sean McCartan, Gortletteragh will defend the scoreboard end in the first half. The teams lining up as referee Sean McCartan checks his watch and the semi-final gets underway. Referee has blown the whistle, has awarded the free to St Mary's, and Brian Dagnan will swing it down. Kevin Glancy coming out to try to get it, and whistle again being blown. Jimmy Gucking to take the St Mary's free to the left of the goal on our left. Kicking it high, swinging way across the face of goal, dropping down it over the end line. The kick out towards the middle. Shane Heslin, free, which he taps out there now. Jimmy Ward dropping it way up towards the wing. Terry Kelleher out to be confronted by James Kane, and Terry to send the ball low in across. Free in to Gortletteragh. Frank Flynn going over to take it. Over the bar after 2 minutes of play in the first half, so Gortletteragh open their account. And Paul Comerton sends it high out across midfield. Seamus Quinn for Gortletteragh, losing a boot, and the kick being blocked down. Kevin O'Rourke. Kevin O'Rourke from out the field sending it high, lobbing in and over the bar for the equaliser. 2.5 minutes played, 1 point apiece. Out into the centre, well held by Seamus Quinn. Tackled there by Brian Dagnan, and Seamus Quinn then feeding it out. The red coming out and pulling in it and sending it down out over the sideline. Michael Cunningham. Cunningham feeding it down for Shane Heslin. Heslin back in now for Michael Cunningham. The red still there to challenge, and Cunningham penalised. Free out. Tom Crowe to left foot that one high down the field. Grabbed by Seamus Quinn. Sent out towards Terry Kelleher, but it's James Kane who sends it downfield. It's intercepted down there. Ivan Keeney going up, not quite holding. Shane Heslin in to grab it. Play on at the referee as Heslin is tackled and sending a kick that's dropping in. Paul Camerton looks, but it drops over the bar and Gortletteragh lead by 2 points to St Mary's 1 with 4.5 minutes played. Paul Camerton's kick out to Fergal Reynolds. Tackle and foul by Michael Cunningham as the ball is jabbed up to Brendan Guckin. And Guckin to send a high dropping ball in. Dermot Reynolds trying to knock it down. Kevin Glancy will try to chip it out into space. Going back is Seamus Quinn. Jimmy Guckin into challenge as Seamus Quinn drives a long ball way up the field. Well held by Hugh Gralton. Ivan Keeney to take the kick. Brendan Guckin sends it out over the sideline. Shane Heslin laying it off. Ball sent way down along the wing. Kieran Cregan was going out to try to intercept, but Dermot Reynolds coming in now for St Mary's, chipping it in and chipping it wide. It remains 2 points to 1 with Gortletteragh the leaders. Tom Moore's kick out towards the middle. Ball knocked down where Jimmy Ward gets it, and Jimmy sends it upfield where Fergal Reynolds intercepts. Down to Brendan Guckin on halfway, and Guckin jabbing it out now. Dermot Reynolds trying to get away there from Kieran Cregan, and Reynolds still going, laying it across in field to Jimmy Guckin. Guckin playing it back. Brian Degnan now. Degnan trying to get away from Michael Cunningham. Feeds it back to Brendan Guckin, and Guckin with a high kick from out the field that's curling, dropping down, deflecting off the defender, and it is a 45. Tipping in off the upright, and it's level at 2 points apiece with 8 minutes played in the first half. Out comes the kick, out towards the middle, knocked down into the arms of Francis Flynn by St Mary's Brendan Guckin. Brian Degnan is back there to collect that for St Mary's and send it out now. Donald Smith coming out to grab it. Smith's kick half blocked down, and now Michael Cunningham sending the ball up to Shane Heslin. Heslin to boot it high across in. Terry Kelleher trying to grab it, and Terry getting it, laying it back out the field. The shot from Mark Heslin. Gortletteragh lead by 3 points to St Mary's 2 with 9 minutes played. The kick down John Crow's side, but Terry Kelleher lays it back. Ball knocked away from Seamus Quinn as James Kane went in. There's a free which Jimmy Ward takes. Sends up to Terry Kelleher for the on-running Colin Canning. And that's a Gortletteragh point. Paul Camerton's kick. Jimmy Ward grabbing it. Laying it off to Frank Flynn. Ball knocked away, but Jimmy Ward is there to pick it up and send the Gortletteragh men with it into Michael Cunningham. In space, Cunningham tapping it inside, and the red bringing it down. Paul Camerton will come out to collect it and clear it way out to the unmarked Ivan Keeney, but the ball may beat him out over the sideline. It does. So Terry Kelleher sending it across field, and Seamus Quinn running onto it and sending it high and sending it wide. It remains 4 points to 2 with about 11 minutes played. Out into the middle. Brendan Guckin And Benny now being urged on by the St Mary's supporters on the far side. Got a nudge as he kicked the ball. So the free will be from out on the sideline down there around the 13-metre line. John Crowe will swing it in with the left. Here it comes. Knocked down, and it's Colm Canning who gets it out to Jimmy Ward. Up now to Sean Kilreevy. Kilreevy belting it on towards Mark Reynolds. Hugh Gralton out there with them. Ball breaking, and it's Darren Glancy who gets it, and Glancy sending it out to Jimmy Guckin. Down to Donald Smith. Enda Kilreevy will confront him as the ball is played back. Sean Kilreevy now back helping the defence as that kick goes high, and Tom Ward pams it out. Kieran Cregan is back there to release the ball out to Shane Heslin. Shane Heslin playing it out for Colm Canning. Back to Kieran Cregan. Free out. Kieran Cregan jabbing it out to Seamus Quinn. Trying to get away from Brendan Guckin. Ball played up for Fragile Reynolds. Gets it, sends it down, and now Benny from halfway will lob it away, way down. Kieran Cregan first to show, and Kieran Cregan gets it up to Shane Heslin. A long ball way up that was intended for Terry Kelleher, but it beats him out over the sideline. Darren Glancy with the sideline kick. Jimmy Ward going across to grab it for Gortletteragh. And Jimmy up now to Sean Kilreevy. Kilreevy to jab it further forward, in there now to Mark Heslin. Heslin with the shot that's high. That one will hang in dangerously. Michael Cunningham trying to knock it down. Sean Kilreevy picks it up and shoots wide, says the umpire. It remains 4-2 with 14 minutes played. Out comes Paul Camerton's kick out. Punch down. Tom Crowe trying to knock it on. Kevin O'Rourke will pick that one up for St Mary's. And Kevin driving it into Kevin Glancy. Joe Reynolds in hot pursuit as Kevin Glancy's kick goes between the uprights. There's a point between them halfway through the first half. Tom Ward's kick will drop out around the middle, punching down. Colm Canning pushed down, free to Gortletteragh. Shane Heslin takes it, sends it on. Jimmy Ward adds to it, up towards Terry Kelleher. James Kane coming in with the challenge and the foul. Frank Flynn, the one who's going to take the free. Paul Camerton on the goal line, grabbing it, fouled as he comes out. So Paul will take the free out. High out into the middle, well held by Seamus Quinn of Gortletteragh. Quinn tackled by Kevin O'Rourke. And Hugh Gralton also getting in a nudge, but Seamus Quinn still going. And then a shot way across the face of goal, out over the end line, and it has gone wide. The kick comes out towards the middle. Jimmy Ward will pick it up. Sending it inside off the hand of Hugh Gralton. Paul Camerton feeds it back out to Hugh. Free out, which Hugh Gralton takes, sends out now to Benny Guckin. Shane Heslin in with the challenge, and Benny trying to get away as Shane Heslin comes in to Rob. Laying the ball into Mark Heslin. Mark Heslin to the on-running Frank Flynn. Flynn further into Michael Cunningham. Cunningham about 13 metres out, jabs it over the bar. A simple point. Well executed. Nice passing move. Kick much higher. Jimmy Ward and Kevin O'Rourke tussle. Frank Flynn to pick it up, and now it's Jimmy Ward in possession. And Jimmy to send the Gortletteragh men attacking once more. Hugh Gralton reading that one. And Hugh now to send it high, well down the field. Play on, says the referee, as Gortletteragh tap it down. And Seamus Quinn now to Shane Heslin. Back to Seamus Quinn. And Seamus from out the field sends it high, sends it wide. It remains 5 points to 3 with 18.5 minutes played in the first half. This kick out of low trajectory, and Brendan Gucking to jab it on for Kevin O'Rourke, but Kevin couldn't take it. And the Kilreevy of Gortletteragh slips it through the legs of Donald Smith up to Frank Flynn, and Frank Flynn now further upfield. Collision out there. And a player from either side entangled in each other after 19 minutes of play. Mark Heslin sending it straight between the uprights to increase the Gortletteragh lead 6 points to 3. The kick spread away out onto John Crow's side of the field. Across into the middle. Brian Degnan will drop that one high. Joe Reynolds and Kevin Glancy underneath it. Dermot Reynolds picks it up and sends it out over the end line. Seamus Quinn laying it back now to Derek Kelleher, who will send it upfield. Ball knocked away from Terry. Brendan Gucking dispossessed. A foul on Terry Kelleher. Jimmy Ward will take it. Jimmy leaves it. Upfield from Seamus Quinn. Noel Ward laying it in, and it's in the net from Mark Heslin. The pass from Noel Ward. In a flash, Mark Heslin had it crashed home. Gortletteragh lead by 1 goal and 6 points to St Mary's 3 points. St Mary's defending their championship title. A free which John Crow will take. All the way from John Crow, it's now 1-6-4 with about 22.5 minutes played. Tom Ward's kick. Players calling, and John Crow getting it across now to Kevin O'Rourke. O'Rourke will send that swinging high way down towards the corner. Players jumping, and it's Dermot Reynolds who will lay it inside for Jimmy Gucking. Gucking trying to round a couple of Gortletteragh players. Brendan Gucking with the left-footed kick that goes over the bar from the right corner to whittle back the lead somewhat, 1-6 to 5. Out into the middle of the field comes the ball. Ivan Keeney for St Mary's, laying it across to Kevin O'Rourke. Kevin laying it further down. Brian Degnan running on to Brendan Gucking's pass. Brian now on the solo, has a look. That's going to swing away out to the right. Gone wide. 1-6, 5 it remains. Ball dropping out. Kevin O'Rourke Laying it infield. Jimmy Guckin. Jimmy laying it back now to Brendan Guckin. And Brendan Guckin's kick will swing way down into the corner between Dermot Reynolds and Kieran Cregan, going near the end line. Gone wide. Tapped down by Brendan Guckin. Derek Kelleher. Free to Gortletteragh. Shane Heslin to take. Shane dropping it in. Paul Comerton will come out to grab that one and play it outfield. Brendan Guckin to James Kane. Kane moving forward from the half-back line to send it way downfield. Kieran Cregan waiting for that one for Gortletteragh. And Kieran to send it out to Terry Kelleher. Terry further upfield. Noel Ward way out there on the wing. Kick half blocked down, but Noel regaining possession and feeding the ball on. Sean Kilreevy. Enda Stenson going down as he tried to signal the line ball quickly to his feet. Up it goes now. And Dermot Reynolds trying to feed it into Kevin Glancy. Glancy who's moved out into the corner. Joe Reynolds out there with them. And Glancy will send that one way back outfield. Somehow Brendan Guckin managed to get to it and sending it over the end line. Despite the best efforts of Donald Smith, it remains 1-6-5. The kick out towards the middle and Seamus Quinn grabs it. Quinn feeding up towards Mark Heslin who bats it down. Ivan Keeney to jab it out now. John Crow to turn inside and left foot that one across for Brian Degnan. Brian looking up and feeding it through inside now to Jimmy Guckin. And Guckin with the left foot this time, but the ball swinging out, going wide and remaining 1-6-5. Seamus Quinn grabbing it. Seamus being chased there now by Ivan Keeney. Seamus still going. Getting away from Darren Glancy and lobbing it in, and it's off the crossbar and over. Stretching Gortletteragh's lead, 1-7-5. Double scores if we convert them into points. Out comes the kick. Michael Cunningham first to react. Sending it low through to Mark Heslin. Heslin laying it across. Jimmy Ward running onto it, tried to pass it inside. Hugh Gralton is there. Hugh spun around, free out to St Mary's, taken and sent out to Brian Degnan. Downfield to Brendan Guckin. Guckin sending it to the unrunning Kevin O'Rourke. Will leave it instead to Dermot Reynolds, who's moved over to the left corner. And now Kevin O'Rourke trying to get away from Frank Flynn. Referee allowing Kay to go on. Now he's stopped it. 3 out to Gortletteragh. Jimmy Ward to take the free as we approach half-time. Dropping inside, Hugh Gralton there to grab it for St Mary's, played out to James Kane. Kane looking to see who's available. Ivan Keeney is, and Keeney moving forward. The champions 5 points adrift as we approach half-time. The ball nipping inside. Dermot Reynolds with a shot that's going in and going over. 1-7-6. Moved into stoppage time at the end of this first half. There were some stoppages. Brian Degnan not holding on to that one, and Gortletteragh coming away with it now as Seamus Quinn. Seamus looking for support. Fergal Reynolds still challenging as the ball is sent in, and Paul Comerton bringing it down and jabbing the ball out. Ivan Keeney for St Mary's, slipping away from the would-be challenge of Michael Cunningham, and from Shane Heslin as Brian Degnan picks it up, sends it across. John Crowe adding to it, Brendan Guckin picking it up on halfway, and Guckin moving down now to send it downfield towards Kevin Clancy, but Derek Kelleher was across, and it's half-time. And at half-time here in St Mary's Park in Clune, it's Gortletteragh 1-7, St Mary's of Carrick 6 points. This, the semi-final of the Leitrim Senior Football Championship. Good lad, thanks. For some of the spectators here in Clune on this pleasant August evening. So the second half about to get underway. Sean McCartan checking that the other officials are ready and the second half is on. John Crowe way up the field. Free to St Mary's. Dermot Reynolds being the one who was fouled, and Jimmy Guckin going out to take the free. Outside the upright, and it remains 1-7 to 6 points. Tom Ward's kick knocked down by Seamus Quinn. St Mary's having difficulty in trying to get the ball up. Hugh Gralton feeding it out. Ivan Keeney laying it across. Tom Crowe adding to it. Out was Fergal Reynolds. Pulled to the ground. And the free way upfield. Jimmy Guckin to run onto it. Derek Kelleher out to challenge as Jimmy Guckin still going. Fouled in possession. Free being moved forward. That one sails over from Jimmy Guckin. There's a goal between the sides. 2.5 minutes played in the second half. Number of switches on the St Mary's team, and Brian Degnan getting the ball up to Brendan Guckin. Guckin jabbing it back out the field. John Crowe to send it in. Jimmy Guckin's kick will lob in high and over the bar to pull it back to 2 points. It's 1-7 to 8. Field. Kevin Clancy is playing out in the half-forward line for St Mary's. Referee going to throw the ball up. Between John Crowe and Shane Heslin. John Crowe grabbing it. Rolling it upfield, knocked away from Dermot Reynolds. Jimmy Ward picks it up and sends it down to Noel. And Noel Ward then to send it way down for Mark Heslin to race out into the corner to try to get away from Hugh Gralton. Mark Heslin coming in field with it, still in possession, sending it right across. Brian Degnan was back there to get it out to Kevin Glancy, and Kevin to slip away from Michael Cunningham, and Kevin Glancy now moving upfield. His kick is blocked down. Frank Flynn done the blocking down, and Michael Cunningham gets it down to Noel Ward. The ball is laid back, and Frank Flynn will drop it in. Paul Cromerton will be content to see that one go out over the end line. The kick out towards the middle, knocked on. Frank Flynn staying back there and picking it up. Darren Glancy taking the Careevy, playing it inside for Mark Heslin. The ball is knocked on in, and it's picked up on the goal line by Darren Glancy, who chased all the way back as the ball rolled perilously close to the line. James Kane out to Brendan Gucking. Gucking to send it across field to John Crowe. A let-off for the champions as the ball is given away there by the St Mary's men. Out it comes now. Sean Careevy for Gortletteragh, and Sean to send it way down now. Shane Heslin. Heslin's kick knocked down. Darren Glancy getting it out for Brendan Gucking. Gucking moving upfield for St Mary's. Laying it out to the wing to Kevin Glancy. Michael Cunningham back to challenge as the ball is played upfield. Kicked up by Dermot Reynolds, but the referee has awarded a free out to Gortletteragh. For descent, it's been moved out somewhat further. Jimmy Ward. Down towards Noel Ward. Ball knocked down. Near the sideline on the far side. Play continues. Noel Ward in possession into Shane Heslin. Shane for Gortletteragh being stopped in his tracks. Free to Gortletteragh, which Seamus Quinn will take. There's a tangle down there between a couple of players, and Sean McCartan going in to consult with the umpires as Mark Heslin and Hugh Gralton were tangling. The shake of the hand as the referee gives the lecture to the players, and a second shake of the hand just for good measure. Now for the free by Seamus Quinn. Darren Glancy trying to pass it out, but it's Michael Cunningham of Gortletteragh who gets it, and Michael Cunningham sends it wide. It remains 1-7 Gortletteragh, 8 points to St Mary's. Brian Degnan in possession, laying it off to John Crowe. Crowe jabbing it up now towards Kevin O'Rourke. Joe Reynolds out with them as Kevin plays it inside, asking Jimmy Gucking to run on near the end line, laying it right across, and Tom Ward is alert to it, and Tom gets it out to Jimmy, and Jimmy Ward then with a long relieving clearance. Terry Kelleher looks as Hugh Gralton waits and grabs and gets it out to Darren Glancy. Calling for it there now with Brendan Gucking. On his right is James Kane, but Brendan going through the middle, kicks it high, dropping it in and dropping it over the bar. Is that an inspirational point for the champions as he pulls the score back now to just 1 point between them? One. Out towards the middle. Shane Heslin calling, grabbing, getting the free. Sending a nice interception in there by Tom Crowe. Too strong and too long for Jimmy Gucking. Keaton Cregan sent it out to Seamus Quinn. Quinn trying to get away from Benny Gucking, and the ball played downfield now to Jimmy Ward. Jimmy fouled. Frank sending it out to the left and sending it wide. It remains 1-7 Gortletteragh, 9 points to St Mary's. As Paul Comerton takes the kick out, I see Joe Flynn getting a piece of paper ready, and perhaps St Mary's about to introduce a sub. Brian Degnan being awarded the free, which he himself takes. Up for Donald Smith. Enda Creevy will come to confront him as Donald takes on the Gortletteragh man. Still going as Donald split into the sandwich. He was the ham in the sandwich. The free is to St Mary's, and I'm sure John Crowe will take it. While John Crowe prepares to take the free, Alan O'Shea is getting ready. The sides are level. Kevin Clancy, the player who's making way. Jimmy Gucklin going to left half forward, Alan O'Shea at right half forward.
Well played, Kevin.
The kick will drop out around the middle. Free to Gortletteragh. Jimmy Ward sends it dropping in high. It's knocked on. Paul Comerton is there taking it and clearing it out to John Crowe. Crowe to add to it now to Fergal Reynolds, and the Reds sending it further upfield towards Brother Dermot, who didn't quite know where it was. Seamus Quinn knows where it is. He's got it. Tackled all the way by Dermot Reynolds. Play on at the ref. Jimmy Ward in possession. And Jimmy Ward with a kick that's going high, curling out to the right and wide. They remain level at 1-7 to Gortletteragh. 10 points to St Mary's. Paul Comerton's kick. John Crowe holding it. Free to St Mary's. So the name and number of Michael Cunningham going into the book as Brian Degnan waits to take the free. Up to Brendan Gucklin, back into Brian Degnan. Taking on Jimmy Ward, slipping past Shane Heslin, sending it out for Ivan Keeney to run onto. Keeney to tap it up now to James Kane. Terry Kelleher will pick it up for Gortletteragh. Free out to Gortletteragh. Sent out to Shane Heslin. And Shane to drive it forward, fouled as he kicked it, so the free will be from in around the 20-metre line. What should be a simple enough task for Frank Flynn to put his side back in front. Halfway through the second half. And that's Gortletteragh's first score of the second half from the Frank Flynn free. It's now 1 goal and 8. I said a quick hello there to an old mate of mine, Jerome McGuiney, as he made his way into the dressing room beneath me. Derek Kelleher losing out over there on the far side. Jimmy Gucklin going down. Play about to resume as John Crowe sends the ball upfield now to Brendan Gucklin. The champions a point in arrears as Kevin O'Rourke picks it up, tries to get away from Joe Reynolds. The left for a kick from Kevin O'Rourke is over the bar and the sides are level. Tom Ward's kick out. John Crow grabbing it. Dispossessed, but the backup is there. As Brian Dagnan laying it back now. Ball knocked away from Ivan Keeney and Shane Heslin quick onto it, dropping it in. That's going wide. It remains level at 1-8 to 11. The kick out. Terry Kelleher knocks it down towards Sean Kilreevy. Lays it back to Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward down to Terry Kelleher. Terry in again for Sean Kilreevy, trying to find a way through. Laying it across for Michael Cunningham. Cunningham sending it in and sending it wide, and they remain level. Out comes the kick. Derek Kelleher. Derek laying it back now to Seamus Quinn. And Seamus giving it away, and Jimmy Guckin coming forward with it. K-Ons is the ref. Now he's given the free for the second foul there. Brian Degnan to jab it across to Brendan Guckin.
Go, Brian, go. Come on.
Up there to Alan O'Shea. O'Shea to lay it inside. Kevin O'Rourke gets it, lays it back to Brian Degnan. Degnan to send it out now for Donald Smith. Smith now to take on his man. And Smith to jab it right across. Derek Kelleher of Gortletteragh is there, and Derek Stearns will come out towards Terry. The Sons of Aidan combining here for Gortletteragh as Jimmy Ward now takes it and sends it high downfield. Tom Crow bringing it down, grabbing it at the second attempt and laying it up to Brother John. And John Crow to send it further on now, Jimmy Guckin. This game balanced on a knife edge as Jimmy Guckin going forward goes to ground. This Cleon says the ref as John Crow puts St. Mary's in front. 12 points to 1 goal and 8. Tom Ward's kick. Out towards the middle. Punch down and Brendan Guckin picking it up. Guckin driving forward, being chased by a couple of Gortletteragh players. Kevin O'Rourke shielding it well, shooting it well and scoring. The big man who for a long time starred with Longford and Granard St. Mary's. What a help he is to Carrick. Kick out into the middle of the field and a free to Gortletteragh. Joe Reynolds. Joe gone to centre half back with Jimmy Ward at full back. That's a foul on Mark Heslin. Seamus Quinn will take the free. St. Mary's lead 13 to Gortletteragh 1 goal and 8. But that drops in out over the end line and wide. Paul Camerton's kick out. John Crow laying it off for James Kane to run onto. And James sent it up to Alan O'Shea. O'Shea further up to Kevin O'Rourke, taking up some good positions, but the shot wasn't equal to the position he took up. It has gone wide. Tom Ward's kick out. Knocked down. Seamus Quinn gets it for Gortletteragh. Seamus to drive it forward to Noel Ward. Hugh Gralton trying to pull on it. Mark Heslin gets it. Mark Heslin laid it across. Ivan Keeney is there. And Ivan Keeney gets it out to Brendan Guckin. Stretching and then kicking. And that's running on there from Donald Smith, allowing the ball to bounce but winning possession. Donald will tap it across into Jim Guckin. Guckin turns, eddies, shoots and sends it high and wide. Out it comes. Terry Kelleher of Gortletteragh. Shane Heslin. Heslin tackled all the way by James Kane. Feeds the ball out.
Come on, wake up, Terry.
And a lot of mishandling, and Noel Ward taking it up and sending it wide. As the referee acknowledges that Gortletteragh are making a substitution. Noel Ward is going off. Pat Flynn gone in at full forward for Gortletteragh. A foul on Derek Kelleher as he went in search of possession. Michael Cunningham with the ball but leaving the free to Seamus Quinn. Inside the last 5 minutes. Frank Flynn is coming out to take the free. Driving it in hard and long, tap down, and James Kane of St Mary's will clear it out. Joe Reynolds to send it down now towards Pat Flynn. Hugh Gralton brought to the ground, free out. James Kane sending it upfield, tapped on by Kevin O'Rourke. Enda Kilreevy going back. That's a sideline kick.
Leave it down, Brennan. Leave it down.
Fintan Cox is in the St Mary's team as the free sent up now into the corner to Kevin O'Rourke. And Kevin will swing that one high across. Ball breaking and Kevin O'Rourke running onto it, pulling on it at the... Well, the umpire says it's gone wide. They're calling for the 45, but the umpire saying that it has gone wide. My timing says there's about 3 minutes or so left in the game. Shane Heslin sending the free down to Pat Flynn, who doesn't quite hold it. John Kilreevy runs onto it. Kilreevy now trying to make strides. Has he taken too much out of it? That took a deflection. It's held back there now by John Crowe, who'll get it out to Darren Lancy, and St Mary's survived that attack by Gortletteragh as the red gets the ball way up the line to Jimmy Guckin, slipping in as Derek Kelleher challenges Jimmy Guckin to send it further on for Fintan Cox. That's Dermot Reynolds who's out there. Those characters, he's very hard to read. That's big Kevin O'Rourke who'll send it across. Now they're waiting around the goal area, but there's a free out from the small rectangle which Tom Ward will take. To good effect as he gets it out to Shane Heslin. Heslin to add to it to Sean Kilreevy. Darren Clancy has gone down. Seamus Quinn is in possession. There are 2 points between the sides. Time ticking away as Seamus Quinn narrows it to 1. Paul Camerton to kick out. The minimum between them as the ball comes out. Darren Lancy recovered from the knock. A Gary Owen type kick. Fintan Cox grabbing it out there in front of us. Cox to send it infield. Brendan Gucking picking it up. Dermot Reynolds was calling for it inside, but Gucking holding on to the ball will play it out for Fergal Reynolds. And Fergal from out the field sending it dropping high up. Down it comes. A goal! Jimmy Gucking. (113 to 1-9), moving towards the final minute as Fergal Reynolds now for St Mary's. Ivan Keeney. Keeney's attempt is intercepted by Jimmy Ward, who sends it way downfield. Darren Lancy is there to grab it, and Darren Lancy to lay it back to John Crowe. John Crowe up into the middle now to Brendan Gucking. Brendan knocking it on. Frank Flynn is back there for Gortletteragh to play it on to Shane Heslin. Heslin moving forward to Seamus Quinn. 4 points between them. We're in added time as Seamus Quinn gets it into Terry Kelleher. Terry Kelleher will drop that one in. Pat Flynn tussling for it as the ball comes down and Hugh Gralton gets it. Players squaring up to other as Sean McCartan goes in. Sean McCartan calling for the ball.
What's he doing?
And the free is blasted by Shane Heslin and Brian Degnan. Fouled as he cleared it. The free is from where it landed, deep into stoppage time. And St Mary's look like making their way to the Leitrim Senior Championship final to defend their crown on county final day against either Ahowillan or Allengales. That semi-final coming up next weekend as the ball is held back in there by Frank Flynn, gets it out to Enda Kilreevy. Still the play on as the watch ticks on. Terry Kelleher and James Kane tussle. Terry Kelleher inside now to Callum Canning, and Canning for Gortletteragh to lob it in. Tom Crowe will go back there to feed it out. There goes the final whistle, and St Mary's have won their way into the Leitrim Senior Football Championship final of 1996, where they will take on either Ahowillan or Allengales. From St Mary's Park in Clune, we'll wrap it up and say Slán agus Bannock.